tell me, what's your first memory of music?
Oh God, I've never thought about it. I know my first memory, if you want to hear that.
Tell me your first memory. We'll use that as a substitute.
It was under my mum's arm. I'd been to ballet lessons when I was 2, and I lived on a farm, and we had to walk across this cow field to get home, and loads of cows chased us, and I just remember bouncing around under my mum's arm, seeing Cowpat as she ran from the cows. That is my first memory.
That's awesome.
It's a cool memory.
That's really
Cow
cool.
shit.
I love that you have the perspective down and everything.
Yeah,
so it's totally
yeah.
valid. Like it sounds totally real. Some people are like, oh, my first memory was, and you know it's bullshit.
No, I just seen the floor going, dun, dun, cow shit, cow shit, cow shit. That's what it was. I can't think of my first musical memory. My first teenage one would be, I bought this song off a car boot sale. Don't know if you got that here. It went, ooh baby, I love your way.
Oh yeah, right.
Don't know who it's by, but that's one of my first.
Who does that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you I love
But I didn't know what it was. I just
every
bought it.
day.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I was just like, wow, CD. I don't own a CD, so I'll buy that, and it was that.
What about you? What was your, Jules, your first memory of music?
My first memory of music, Jesus. Thinking back, I remember when I was really young, I busted my left arm, and I used to go kind of imitate Elvis a lot as a little boy, and to my parents only, you know. And one was, and I always liked his B-sides, never his A-sides.
Right.
So one of them was "Mama Like the Roses," which was one of his B-sides. And I got a my mum's got a picture of me with a broken arm, with plaster, you know, and
Right.
Broomstick, orange broomstick, you know. So maybe that's what I can remember vaguely doing something stupid.
Right. First album.
First album is probably something like Madonna's Greatest Hits, because again I was a little bit too young to be into her early stuff, and then I always remember it being around. And yeah, I'll tell you another musical memory of mine was when Freddie Mercury died and they did the big concert for him.
Oh yeah.
That I was like, I don't know how old I was.
Unforgettable.
Yeah, but that was
It was so
literally
epic. The crowd was like 1 million people, I swear.
But I was still a bit too young to really understand what was happening, but it really caught my emotion. I found it really, really quite sad, even though I didn't really know his stuff. But yeah, first record would probably be Madonna's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
What about you? First record?
My first LP would be my sister giving me a bunch of Police records. I remember it was like Regatta de Blanc and Zandata Moneta, stuff like that. 4 albums, and she was like getting on. She's like much older than me, and she just passed into me these 4 albums, just kept playing.
First concert?
First concert? Didn't get to see a lot of concerts. Kate grew up in a farm in the local town, didn't have any shows. My first sort of...
Do you think that's maybe why you're doing what you're doing today?
Yeah, I think I had a really bad musical upbringing up until about 2 years ago. Not bad, but just heard like the Spice Girls and all the modern pop stuff that's on the radio growing up as a teenager.
Jules, you got one?
Yeah, a band called It Bites, and they had a big
Bites?
hit. Yeah, they had like they were a rock band. I think they were finished, you know, they had their hits, and they were like on a comeback tour. And they came to the local area, and they played in this pub called The Standard, which was just like a pub, right? In the UK we have pubs, and it's just like a pub, isn't it? And it was like, I was sort of one of those things where in England you have to be 17 and over to get in a bar. And I remember I was 16, and all my friends had just turned sort of, I don't know, they were all 16, and the landlord lined us up, and he was like, "You're all too young to come in. How old are you?" And my first mate lied. He was like, "I'm 17." We went down the line of 5 of us, and he got to me, and I thought, I can't lie as well. And he's not going to believe us if I say I'm 17 as well. So I remember saying something like, I'm 16, but I'm 17 next month, and he kicked us all out. And then we went outside and we got back in, and I think it was It Bites with that. They did a song called Calling All the Heroes. A rock band, I think they were from Australia or something. They had a big hit or something, and they came to town. I remember thinking, this famous band's coming to town.
Definitive teenage album.
Tracy Chapman, the one with the bass guitar on, the main album.
Right.
I was in band since I was 13, so I was a massive Beatles fan, but way before, you know, so I kind of, everything was Beatles mania all through to 13, so I think I missed anything but being a Beatles fan, that whole kind of first part of my musical life.
We're really weird. I think both of us when we've done interviews and people ask us our favourite records, we tend to be big fans of like certain songs, don't we?
Yeah, we're
figured
not-
that.
Rather than albums,
Yeah.
singles.
We're big
Yeah.
fans of records. Records in that respect.
That could explain
Vibes.
also the way, I mean, each one of your songs could be, I mean, it's just a fucking A&R guy's wet dream. Everything's a single to me. Like every song is a pop anthem. You know what I mean? And maybe that is why you craft your songs.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of ponderous. I haven't heard a King Crimson 8-minute, jam out of you guys yet. Maybe that's the next album.
Yeah.
We did that on purpose, actually. We did the last track in it. Well, it's the other way. I'll tell the story the other way around. When we recorded the album, we were in the studio and we decided, because we get that album, that record fix, that single fix, we decided every time we were in the studio, if we didn't get that fix within 2 hours, we scrapped the track.
Right.
So the whole album is built around getting that fix that quick.
Right.
And then we got to the 9th track, and we were going out, starting to gig in, and gig, and things were happening, and everyone would say, "Have you finished the album?" And Kay would say, "Well, we've done 9.5 tracks. We meant to be doing 10, and we haven't finished the last track." And we had this new track called "We Started Nothing," and it was turning into another like, pop classic.
Right.
And we realised we didn't have anything but a load of 3-minute sort of singles on the album. We needed something, like you said, about a 6-minute.
Right.
So we turned it around, and for the first time we said, "No, let's not make this. Well,
Yeah.
let's
So
not make
it's
this
the
really
last
catchy.
song on the album.
Let's jam out for 6 minutes." So our last track of the album was 6
Yeah.
minutes long.
That's dope.
That
6
title of
minutes
the
of
album.
bullshit.
Can't wait to hear it.
The title of the
That's
album
good.
after